Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back at Daytona Road in the night, this time in the Ferrari 296 GT3. So not the new car, but the GT3 edition that we've all got for another track guide. If you're new to my channel, what we do is a hot lap and then a breakdown. And then that's it, because it's a B-class series, so we're not going to do the driving line anymore. Any questions, let me know in the comments, and let's start the hot lap. Right, let's start the hot lap. So smashing down the main straight, we're going to turn in and brake just before we get to the yellow line. Long old trail off, as you can see there. Not as smooth as that line, more like I'm going down steps. We can just slightly cut both of these corners, but not going over them too hard. As we get to the cones on the right side, again long trail off, down to first gear on the gas, nice and smoothly so we don't lose the rear. Now we're going to go absolutely flat out. This is a beautiful car to drive around here. It was actually very slightly slower than the Porsche for me, but it felt so much easier to drive. Maybe I wasn't on the limit. Again, a long trail off into sixth, down to second gear, back on the gas, back over to the right side, looking for this entrance road on the right hand side. We're going to brake quite hard, almost up to about 80%. Quick trail off this time, down to second gear, on the gas as soon as possible, holding it as tightly over to the left hand side as you can do without losing the rear. Now this bit's nice and straightforward, just try and keep it near the yellow line, preferably nearer than I'm doing. I'm going to slowly move out to the right hand side, and it's between the 2 and 1 markers on the right hand side. We're going to turn in, we're going to brake up to about 6%, quick trail off, down to fourth gear on the gas just after the second apex, so that we're through and nailing it on the third and fourth. And now once more, we are just holding it down to the line. This, of course, is using the fixed setup. And over and across the line in a 143. Let's quick pit. 143.73. Oh, Brian, I've killed him with a lollipop. Right, let's do the breakdown. Right, let's smash through this breakdown. So, our first braking point is going to be this white line here. So it's the last one before we actually start the turn in, and there's no more rock in front of us, so we can't get confused. So when we see it, we brake more or less in a straight line to about 75%, and we're braking to the outside of the corner here. Now, once we get to where all the tyre marks are, that's when we're going to start trailing it off, and we're just rocking down through the gears, down to third, down to second. We're going to get nice and tight on the exit apex. So it is quite a late apex that we're taking at turn 1. And once we get down there, we're going to start getting back on the gas. And then as we open up the steering, back up to 100%. Now, as I mentioned before, these curbs here are 3D, so we can get our tyres on the rumble strips, but if we go over the other side of them, that's when the car's going to jump up and down like a mad thing. We get over to the left-hand side, and what we're looking for is this 100-meter board on the right-hand side. It's pretty difficult to see, but you'll get used to it. Now, as we pass that, that's when we get on the brakes, this time up to about 85%, and very similar to turn 1, except it's a little bit tighter. It's a long, long trail off. We go down to first gear, get over to the rumble strip, and then as we hit it, which is the apex of the corner here, we start getting back on the gas. And as we open up the steering, we get back up to 100% as quickly as possible. As I said, I much prefer driving this car than the Porsche around here, even though I was quicker in the Porsche, which is very strange to me. Absolutely flat through turn 5, just taking a bit of curb. Back over to the left-hand side, and for turn 6 here, it's these cones that are our braking marker on the left-hand side. Again, we're braking up to about 80%, hold it, hold it, hold it, wipe the majority of the speed off in a straight line. Then as we start turning towards the apex, that's when we're coming off the brakes, wanting to get back on the gas up to about 2/3 pressure at the apex, and then winding up the gas as we wind out the steering wheel. Back over to the right hand side. Next braking marker is going to be the entrance to this road on the right hand side. God, I've lost all my words here. Brake up to about 80%, and again, quicker trail off this time. into second gear, we want to start getting on the gas once we're on this patch of mud here on the left hand side. So we get on the gas there, and now we're just trying to hold it over to the left hand side. So we've got 90 degrees steering, and that just releases slightly as we get up to 100. As I say, it was much easier driving that round that bit as well in the Ferrari than the Porsche. Over to the right hand side, and we count down the 3, the 2, and it's just before the 1. We're going to start our turn in, and we're going to brake up to about 60%, and we're going to trail the majority of that off down to the first apex. Now we're only on sort of 10%, and then I do a little bit more braking to the second apex, leaving it in 4th gear, and now I get on the gas sort of just as the car settled down from the second apex there. Cut the corner here, and again cut the corner there, so anything over to the left of me is an off drag. And believe me, I know, I had so many of them doing this test session. And this bit's very nice and simple. And over and across the line in a 1:43.730. Right, I've been Sambo iRacing, and I'll see you guys again. Cheers.